Okay. Amar es aveda velo amar simaneha. So the person that lost his object, he says, I lost such and such an object. People say, oh, did you lose a watch? Yeah, I lost a watch. Lo yiten lo. You don't give it to him. He's got to say the simanim. He's got to say the specific things about this watch, this article of clothing, this lost object. He's got to say the specifics in order to be able to collect it, to claim it. V'haramai. Now, if you have somebody who is a trickster, a deceiver, somebody who's a known trickster, somebody who's known to be not reliable, afal pi sha'amar simaneha lo yiten lo. Even though he has said it's simanim, even though he says exactly what the details are, you shouldn't give it to him. Shenemar adrosh achicha oso. Until your brother inquires after, until you do a drash, until you do a question and answer from the person who comes to claim it, imramaihu imein, whether he's a trickster or not a trickster. I mean, you have to know who you're dealing with. So if it's somebody who professionally, you know that this person is somebody who is always pulling fast ones, so they need to bring bigger proof. They need to have somebody testify, oh yeah, that's that guy's object. They need to have witnesses. But they just comes along and he manages to give the right simanims because, he's a professional trickster. He knows how to he knows how to pull the wool over people's eyes. So we don't trust him. So you got to know each and every person. You got to sort of be able to judge.
Does that have to be adjudicated by Tech?
I would assume so. I mean, who's going to decide who's you're the trickster. We know how you behave. I'm guessing it's got to be some kind of definition, right? I'm not sure exactly how they decide who is and who's not a ramai. Kol davar she'osa v'ochel. Now, anything that does work and eats, so you have an animal that you can gain benefit from it, but you also have to feed it. So yasa v'yochel. So you get the work. You can do the work with it, and you have to feed it, but you have to deal with this animal. V'davar she'ina osa v'ochel. Now something that doesn't do any work, but it is eating as well, meaning it's taking away from you. Yimacher. So you're allowed to sell it. You don't have to keep this thing and keep losing. Shenemra v'ashevoso lo. So you shall restore it to him. You have to see how can you restore it to him without it losing all its value. So what happens to the funds? Now, so you sold the money, you sold the animal, you have the funds now. What do you do with those funds? So Rabbi Tarfon Omer, you're allowed to use them. And you have to hold them for the person if he comes back, but you're allowed to put it in the bank and write checks with it. You're allowed to take it and spend it. As long as when the person shows up, you give them the money back. But you're allowed to use the funds. Lefichach im avdu, however, if you lost them, meaning you didn't actually use them, since you can use them, but you put them in a drawer, and then whatever, you lost it, you forgot, you threw away that cabinet, and you lost the money, you did something, you lost it, chayav b'achriusan, you're responsible to pay it back. When the guy shows up, you got to pay it back. Rabbi Akiva says, lo yishtamish b'hem, you're not allowed to use them, you have to just leave these funds there. Lefichach im avdu, however, if they do get lost, enu chayav b'achriusan, you're not responsible for them. Since you weren't allowed to use them, if somehow they got lost, really it means in some kind of ones, it means something bizarre happened. We treat him as if he's a shomer sachar, he's like a paid watcher, he gets the benefit of the mitzvah of being able to return it, but he's not responsible for ones, not responsible for something wild or crazy that happens. But otherwise, if it gets stolen or he loses it in a normal fashion, even Rabbi Akiva would say he'd be responsible for it.